Good morning to all my colleagues in the School of Education. It's now the third, entering the fourth week of June. It has been 3 months since our spring break. My wife and I were talking this morning about whether it seemed like a long time or a short time. And in my opinion, it seems like it's been quite a long time. These 3 months have been extraordinary in the rapid changes and many adjustments and developments that have taken place and still are taking place. I saw a meme, you probably did too, circulating on Facebook that said, let's just shoot off some fireworks, go trick-or-treating, bake a turkey, and exchange gifts and call it a year, because it has been an extraordinary year. But we have much to do. First of all, I want to thank all of you for your flexibility, for your arduous work, for your cooperation, for all the things that you have been doing to migrate these particular times that we are in. I wanted to mention 2 or 3 things now because we're in full speed ahead mode getting ready for our fall reopening. Classes begin on August 18th. I'm sure your department heads have shared the academic calendar for the fall. I want to mention 2 or 3 things, if I might, with you. First of all, you have probably already at the end of last week received a copy of an email from the provost that contained a link to a form for any of you who have normally been teaching on campus, but for some reason related to COVID-19, you want to request that you teach remotely or move your class to an online class. That form has to be filled out and submitted and approved by your department head and, of course, the dean and the provost. And so you have the opportunity to do that should there be a valid reason. Now, those who teach in totally online programs or whose classes were already scheduled to be online need not fill out that form. That is not necessary. Secondly, I have noticed in perusing the registrations for the fall term in a variety of programs that some of you have maximum capacities in your classes already, enrollments of 30 or more in some classes. You are aware that we have no classrooms in Ramona Wood Building that will accommodate that many people. We have now posted on the door of every classroom maximum capacities with social distancing, and I want you to be aware of that, and you will work with your department head in planning how to schedule your classes and how to encourage your attendance or ask them to attend the classes that you have scheduled so that maximum room capacities are not surpassed and violated in any way. That's a very important consideration. I'm meeting tomorrow with personalities from the Capital Planning's group, and we'll be looking at not only capacities of the classrooms, which have pretty well been established, but also the ingress and egress plans for getting students in and out of your classroom and in and out of the building. And we will be sending information about that as time goes on. Thirdly, the Fall Reopening Committee Academic Task Force, I'm a member of that task force, headed by Dr. Joe Walsh, Vice Provost, will be sending to you and disseminating very quickly through the Provost's office, I'm sure, an attendance policy, some statements to put in your syllabus, every syllabus, related to attendance for the fall. It gives student expectations for attendance. It contains some flexibility language, and we're working on that right now. So that will be forthcoming. Another thing that I wanted to mention this morning is the fact that COVID-19 cases continue to spike at this point in the state of Alabama. In my county where I live, they have increased 23% over the last 6 days. It appears that with restrictions being lifted and eased, many people have not followed safe practices, and there's a considerable amount of community spread in many places. What this does is lead me to the impression as of today that we might well expect some kind of disruption in our fall schedule, even as it is planned right now. So as faculty members, adjuncts, department heads, I encourage you to be planning for flexibility. You need to have a plan A, which is resuming face-to-face operation with social distancing in the classroom. You need to have plan B, which may necessitate complete remote instruction again this fall. Plan C, you need to be planning for a disruption. What if we're 3 weeks into the term and then all of a sudden there's a community outbreak and we need to suspend campus face-to-face classes? So be planning for those eventualities. As colleagues in the School of Education, we're on the cutting edge. We ought to be able to negotiate those things as well or better than anyone else across campus, and I expect that to be true. After all, Daniel Webster said school is a teacher on one end of a log and a student on the other end. And so we understand that we can teach and students can learn in a variety of environments, and we are the leaders in that, and we ought to be able to. If I can help you, if you have any questions, be sure to ask those of your department head or even directly to me. My door is always open if you want to discuss any issue whatsoever. So we're looking toward the fall now. Some of you have summer courses that you're heavily involved in, and some of you are just beginning summer courses this week and in the second summer term. And I admire you and I appreciate you for all you're doing to continue to allow students to matriculate and to learn and to achieve standards. I look forward to the next few weeks to see what developments take place, and I look forward to working with each of you. Hope you have a wonderful week, and if I don't see you again on a podcast before the 4th of July weekend, I hope you have a good holiday. Thank you very much. Bye now.